understanding that every decision that's being made is going to fall back on me. Like, there's no crutch anymore. Hello, my name is Janita Sweeney, and welcome to my podcast, Overhaul, where I have conversations with people of all ages and dig a little under the surface for a better understanding of those we call neighbors, teachers, parents, and friends. Today's episode, I will be touching on adulting. Now, before starting this pod, I just want to show you guys a little clip of a young woman stepping into adulthood. So take a look.
Being in your 20s is like, I'm so young, but I'm so old. I should do everything. I should rest. I can do what I want, but I need to be careful. I'm an adult, but I need help from an adult.
Oh, gosh.
That's a big one. I'm so smart, but I feel so stupid. I'm leaving, and I feel left behind. I want to be a kid again, and I can't wait to be old. I've done a lot, and yet I've done nothing. I want to be alone, but I feel so lonely.
What does adulting look like to you?
So what adulting looks like to me nowadays, I guess, is basically making decisions for myself and basically understanding that every decision that's being made is going to fall back on me. Like, there's no crutch anymore with having your parents. So I think I want to mention real quick from a wise woman. She once said, think about what you're thinking about. And I think that goes hand in hand with stepping into adulthood and learning how to think about what you're thinking about rather than taking the advice from elders, people who are older than us. Understanding that everything that you do is going to be based off of your decisions. So if they're bad, it's going to fall back on you. If they're good, they're going to fall back on you. So wouldn't you rather them come from you? So think about what you're thinking about. Are you thinking about what society wants for you or what you want for yourself? What does success mean to you? Is success a big house with barely seeing your children, or is it seeing your children all the time but having little to nothing? And neither is wrong. It's just, what do you want for your life? And so think about what you're thinking about, what's important to you, because that's going to set the pace for the rest of your life. So I think that's really important to think about when stepping into adulthood. And I think what goes along with thinking about what you're thinking about is becoming an independent thinker. To think about what you're thinking about, my mom always says, you are who you hang around. So I think that is usually a notion used when talking about someone else, but are you hanging around yourself to understand what you want out of life? What your goals are, not what society tells you what you need to be doing, but what your goals are, not what your parents tell you what you should be doing or what they want you to do. But you wouldn't know that unless you spend time with yourself. So for me, personally, last year I took the time to go out of state for college, and I wasn't looking to party. I wasn't looking to be around a lot of people. I kind of intentionally went to spend time with myself and get away from all the noise, get away from what's familiar to me, and kind of be by myself so I can build a relationship with myself to know what I want for the rest of my life. I think it's important to do that so you don't take on the thoughts of others and carry that on through the rest of your life, because you don't want to be at the end of your life and think, oh man, I didn't get to do this. This is what I really wanted to do. But you didn't end up doing it because the world told you no. Your parents told you no. And not to say that you shouldn't take advice from your parents, because, you know, they're the wise ones, the ones that we look up to the most. But I always think about this analogy when I'm thinking about adulting is, okay, imagine, Janita, you have this huge opportunity and you're so excited for it and you're ready to go. But then this adult that you trust so much is so wise, you love them, They love you and they only want the best for you. Tells you, wait, don't go outside today. Today's a sunny day. There's bugs outside. Like, you're going to get super, super sick. And you trust this person, so you listen to them. Mind you, you have that huge opportunity that you were waiting on. So you don't go outside, right? And you miss this opportunity. But turns out, the person that you entrusted and you listened to, they have allergies. So they got sick and went outside, and they told you not to go outside because they have allergies. You don't necessarily have allergies, so you wouldn't have gotten sick, right? Now you missed this huge opportunity listening to this adult that you trust, but you didn't take the time to think about it. Think about what you're thinking about. Are your decisions yours? Did you make that decision based off of you? Did you even go outside to check? Now you miss a huge opportunity, right? So think about what you're thinking about.
How does friendships look like now versus in high school?
How does friendships look like now versus in high school? I would say completely different. And I've only been out of high school for almost 4 years now. And back then, friendships are easy. You have to go to school every day, right? So you're seeing those friends every day. You don't have to make it a priority to go and catch up. It's easy to have a friendship in high school. You're bonding off of a sport that you guys are both into, or a sport that you guys both do after school. You guys are in the same class, so you guys sit next to each other every day. Or you guys bonded off of not liking a certain person. Oh, I don't like that person. Oh, I don't like that person either. And then a bond comes about. An adult friendship, you have responsibilities. You have priorities to take on. You have bills. Some people have children. It's not like you can just up and go, or you're going there anyways, so you're going to see that person anyways. You have to make them a priority. And then your friendship has to be based off something deeper, like values, morals. It can't just be based off of this sport that we both liked. Friendship doesn't go like that as an adult. But speaking on adulthood, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's showing me life, and helping me understand that the bad days are there so that the good days feel like good days, right? So take it one step at a time. Don't stress too much. In my thought process, a little advice for the youngins would be 5 years later, it's not going to matter. Like, oh, I failed this test today in college. 5 years later, you won't have this feeling. The feeling is temporary. It's okay. It's going to be okay. So I think stepping into adulthood, if you think about it the right way, it's a beautiful thing. So please let me know in the comments how adulting has been for you and any advice you may have for new adults. Remember to like and subscribe to Win TV as well as my personal channel, Overhaul. See you guys next time. Understanding that every decision that's being made is going to fall back on me. Like, there's no crutch anymore.